When you are sending out your CV, you're competing with a lot of other candidates who are applying for the same role, so it is so important that your CV stands out. So in today's video, let's talk about how to create an impactful CV so that you can get a dream job as an interior designer. Hi everyone, my name is Mia and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who doesn't know me or are new to my channel, I'm an interior designer 9 to 5. I work full-time as a workplace designer at the moment, but I also share content here on social media, a lot of things about interior design and lifestyle around it. So if that's something that interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and become part of my community. So to begin with, CV has only one purpose and intention behind it. It is to make sure that you convey your skills, your achievements, your experience, and your career objectives to your hiring manager. While a lot of the other professions are looking for, which university you went to, your technical skills and so on, interior designers are a little bit different. Our objective should be to showcase our creative talent. So it doesn't actually matter which university you went to, what education you have. The most important thing is that you are really good at showcasing your creativity and really implement visually, aesthetically pleasing CV rather than having a long description for your skills and experience. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can visually upgrade and create an impactful CV by looking at design, information, details, layout, skills, and how I would actually make my CV today. So first, let's look at our design. So there are a number of places you can get some inspiration for your design, and my first recommendation is a website called Canva. It's a free website and you can use some of their free templates to use as your starting point. And what I love about Canva is that it's so easy to use and you can customize it however you want. The next place for your inspiration is Pinterest. This is the #1 go-to website for interior designers. One thing I would bear in mind though is that you don't want to look for something too flashy or heavily patterned design because your information still needs to be very clear. Then we have Issue. I really like to take inspiration from here because there are so many examples from architecture and interior design portfolio, and you can really learn how your CV design works together with the design of the portfolio. And here are some of the additional tips from me of when you're designing your CV. For example, the first one looks something like this on the left, and it's very text heavy. It just makes it look very boring and no one can understand that you're a designer. And I also don't recommend putting your picture this big, as you can see on the middle one, since you're not applying a job as a model. And lastly, just avoid unnecessary decoration or pattern to your design because you just want to avoid the risk of offending someone, and it's always best to analyze the market that the design firm caters to and create relevant interior design resume that fits to the company that you're applying for. And what you do want to do instead when you're designing your CV is something very simple and clean, very easy to read, and it's not too crazy but has a bit of your character to it. You can simply do this by adding a line of color here and there. I think having a block of color on the background makes it look too generic, and if you're a designer, you want to give a little more thought to this. The purpose here is to stand out, guys. You can't simply do copy and paste from other person's CV. You have to put an effort to make it look original, creative, unique, and someone that comes across as paying attention to the details. I think having an icon or color hierarchy is a really good idea to make your CV look more pop, easy to understand. And again, maybe play with your font. Maybe your picture doesn't need to be a picture. It could be an illustration or, the best work that you're most proud of. But again, this is the very fine line between overdoing it because simply you don't want to overload with your picture or illustration or giving like a too crazy font. you still want to have the breathing space for your CV and really play with the simplicity. So next, let's look at the content and the layout. So I usually use InDesign for my CV and portfolio because it has all this tool we need to create graphically beautiful template, but you can still do it in Word, Canva, or even in Photoshop if that's what you feel more comfortable. So I have opened a A4 document, and first thing that I do is to set up a grid, and you can do this by going up to the top ribbon, go under layout, then you'll see create guide. Once you set up a grid, then it makes it so much easier to plan out where you want to place your image and other informations. And I simply create a text box just for a placeholder and start writing a title. So I just brought it up this image just for a color reference that I wanted to use for my CV. And you can do this from any image that you have. Just place it outside of the paper and use eyedropper tool to copy exactly the same color from your image. So now let's go through what you should be including in your CV. First one is your name. Ideally, you want to make it big and bold so that people can easily see them. And in the same section, you want to also write your basic details such as your contact details, email and phone number, your birthday, your nationality, and I also put language here. Then the main chunk should be your experience. If you don't have any, then your education should be here. You always want to make sure that you write small description of not just what you did and your role was, but what you accomplished, how you have created an impact to the project, team, or to the company. Then you must include which software skills you have and any awards, competitions, or certificate you have related to the role you're applying. Okay guys, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please leave me in the comments below. And I also have a lot of videos about portfolio, so if you're looking for some inspiration, you can go ahead and watch that video that I have somewhere in here. But I'll see you on my next video. Bye!